Imagine for a second you're a crime scene investigator. You've been dispatched to a crime scene to investigate a homicide. You arrive on scene to find that the crime scene has been set on fire by the criminal in order to destroy evidence. Later, the local fire department sprayed hundreds of gallons of water and stomped all around your crime scene with muddy boots for several hours. You find that what evidence was not destroyed by fire was washed away and will crush beneath the boots of firefighters. This is essentially the everyday life of a crime scene investigator who is trying to solve an arson case. Recently, I was the firefighter stomping on evidence like a clumsy oaf. I've been tasked by my supervisors to research this issue and prepare a lesson. According to the Firefighters Essentials textbook, 3 things must happen in order for the arson scene evidence to be preserved. They are the early recognition of arson, preservation of evidence during operations, and aiding the fire investigator after the incident. As a firefighter, your job of aiding the investigation starts early. There are several telltale signs that you should observe that indicate arson. First arriving firefighters should take mental notes on the following observations regarding their first moments on scene. Are there people or vehicles present at the scene? Do bystanders hastily retreat upon your arrival? Are there obstacles set to impede your progress in various ways? Lastly, does the house appear ransacked? Arson fires may differ from traditional fires in that oftentimes they have many points of origin. Sometimes fires can burn more intensely because the arsonist makes use of accelerants or trailers in order to spread the fire more efficiently. Now that I've told you how to recognize arson early, let me tell you how you can preserve evidence during operations. Preserving evidence during fire suppression operations is an inherently difficult task. Your main tool used to stop the burning of evidence is the same tool that washes it all away. Perhaps the best advice that can be given is to only use what water is necessary to extinguish the fire. However, during overhaul operations, a lot can be done to preserve evidence that is left. It is important to ensure that the fire will not rekindle, but we must also make calculated decisions. The removal of wallboard that shows indications of fire extension and origin, and the moving of furnishings and the disturbance of ignition sources, tracks, or tools that may have been left by the arsonist will negatively affect the investigation. Therefore, careful thought must be put into every action taken. Many times it will be easiest to postpone overhaul until the investigator can collect evidence before hunting down those hotspots that threaten to rekindle. But this is the incident commander's call. Lastly, there are several things the firefighters should do after the scene that can aid the investigation. After the fire has been extinguished and overhaul has been postponed or completed carefully, firefighters should remain diligent. At this stage, it is important for a firefighter to keep his eyes and ears open but his mouth shut. We should try to listen and overhear the conversations of bystanders, but we should also not share information with anyone, including fellow firefighters. This will ensure that the narrative given to the investigator will not become biased by outside opinions. The fire scene investigator should also The fire scene should also be secured, and all access to the scene should be denied, except for to fire personnel. This will ensure that the evidence is not tampered with. The fire scene investigator has a very inherently difficult job. But as firefighters, we can aid the investigation if we just slow down and use sound judgment. By recognizing arson early, we can take mental notes of our observations, extinguish fire in a controlled manner, perform a more delicate overhaul, and secure the fire scene and give a detailed, unbiased narrative to the investigator.